Rita, I'm reliving the same day over and over. Groundhog Day, today.
Quarantine isn't that bad. I mean, it's not that repetitive, right, Alan? Alan? Welcome to Cinema Therapy. I'm licensed therapist Jonathan Decker, and I love movies.
And I'm Alan Seawright. I'm a filmmaker, and I need therapy because I'm reliving the same day over and over and over again.
I'm not making it up. I am asking you for help.
It's okay, buddy. I'm here. If social distancing and the ethics of my profession didn't prohibit it, I would hold you in my arms and stroke your hair until the pain just gave up.
Sorry, what was that?
We're all hurting right now. So today we're going to talk about Groundhog Day and how it can help those of us who are stuck at home.
Well, hopefully you're not a narcissistic jerk
Sociopath.
like Phil Connors, but you might be going through some of the same phases of emotion that he goes through.
And it's totally normal to be feeling some or all of these things. The world is crazy right now, and we all have to process what we're going through collectively and individually.
So I think the best way to do this would be to just walk through the film chronologically.
Since Phil basically goes through the 5 stages of grief: denial,
What the hell?
anger,
Angry. Don't drive angry.
bargaining, depression,
Don't forget your booties, because it's cold out there today.
and acceptance. He grieves because he's lost his normal life, just like us. And just like for Phil, there is hope for us as well.
Giddy up.
Great.
Hey, could be worse.
Ugh. Great. Now I'll have Sonny and Cher stuck inside my head for days.
Days? What are days?
You know, I thought it was yesterday.
In Groundhog Day, conceited weatherman Phil Connors finds himself trapped in a time loop, reliving the same day over and over and over again.
Once again, the eyes of the nation have turned here to this tiny village in western Pennsylvania, blah, 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 blah.
Phil immediately starts denying his reality, not without reason. His reality makes no sense. He's confused, disoriented, and scared.
No parallels to modern life. None. None at all.
See? Denial.
He gets angry. Understandably.
Ned?
Then we come to bargaining, which looks a little different for Phil than it would for the rest of us. You see, Phil is trying to bargain with fate. He's trying to see if anything that he does will reset his reality and break him out of his living nightmare. Which leads to some pretty reckless and self-destructive behavior.
He's gonna swear first. Hey, they're chasing us. Come on, make it fun.
I don't worry about anything anymore. I don't even have to floss.
What are you talking about? Who's gained weight under quarantine? But when none of these work, he slips into depression.
What would you do if you were stuck in one place and every day was exactly the same and nothing that you did mattered?
That about sums it up for me.
His depression manifests itself in numerous different ways, from extreme boredom and ennui. It's a word I've only seen written, but I don't actually know how it's pronounced.
Ah yes, the Frenchest word there is, ennui.
It's gonna be cold, it's gonna be gray, and it's gonna last you for the rest of your life.
To classic lethargy,
A gust of wind, dog barks, cue the truck.
To multiple suicide attempts.
I have been stabbed, shot, poisoned, frozen, hung, electrocuted, and burned.
Oh, really?
let's take a second to be serious. In Groundhog Day, Phil attempts to die by suicide in order to escape his reality. Now, in his case, he's saved by a narrative device that keeps bringing him back to the same day over and over again. Obviously, real life doesn't work like that. If any of you are feeling like harming yourself or taking your own life, you may believe that the world would be better off without you and that people won't miss you. It's not true. That belief is created by your brain so that you can feel all right about leaving.
The truth is, people need you. your life has meaning, and suicide is not a joke. So please take care of yourself or reach out to someone who can help take care of you. People care.
If you're in a tough spot emotionally, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Life really is tough. Please call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline at 1-800-273-8255. Compassionate, trained professionals are available 24/7 to help you. Now, spoiler alert, but your life can be saved and your depression can be managed the same way Phil's is, through meaningful connection, embracing life, and finding purpose by helping and being helped by others. Back to where we were in the story, you may be going through these same steps, grieving the loss of a lot of aspects of your normal life, canceled plans, missing your normal interactions and activities, job loss, or even loss of loved ones.
The director illustrates a bunch of these changes brilliantly using the clock. It's always the same clock, but things change. The sound, the framing of the shot, even the music is affected. The filmmakers use this to signal to the audience Phil's emotional changes throughout the story. Now, the shot doesn't get used every single day because that would get super boring, but it's set up at the beginning, repeated at the beginning so that you know what to look for, and then it's used at pivotal emotional points in the story, like when he finally accepts his reality.
What can we learn from Phil when he begins to accept his situation?
Watch our previous video about Frodo Baggins and radical acceptance in Fellowship of the Ring. You'll be glad you did.
He uses his situation to improve himself and to help others.
He had to work through the negative emotions he was dealing with so that he could come to the point of acceptance and move forward emotionally, even though he was stuck in the same place physically and temporally. In time.
There are three main virtues that Phil develops once he's accepted his life: curiosity, kindness, and love. Curiosity is taking an interest in ongoing experiences for their own sake. It's exploring, it's discovering.
Since he's stuck repeating the same day over and over, he eventually uses curiosity to better himself, develop talents, and learn new things.
Just for the sheer satisfaction of learning and doing them.
Well, and also to impress Rita.
La fille qui j'aimerais sera comme bon frère. Que c'est bon faire un peu chaque matin.
You speak French.
More on that in a minute. But he starts to find joy and satisfaction just in living life, experiencing things, and gaining skills.
But don't feel like you have to use this time during quarantine to be hyper-productive. If that works for you and that's what you want to do, great. But maybe you want to just learn something fun to help you pass the time and not go crazy.
It would take me a year to get good at this.
No, 6 months. 4 to 5 hours a day, and you'd be an expert.
The next virtue Phil develops is kindness, or doing favors and good deeds for others. I love that at the beginning of his journey, Phil would rather die than be a decent person. Being kind is literally the last thing that occurs to him.
I want you to look in the mirror and see what you look like when you do that little groundhog thing, okay?
What's true for him is true for all of us, I suppose. Our own suffering can awaken our compassion for the suffering of others. We realize that suffering sucks, and we have a desire to lighten another's burdens because that's what we want someone to do for us. But for Phil, it isn't until after he suffered rejection, boredom, depression, purposelessness, and an inability to escape through death that he suffered enough to pay attention to the suffering of others.
I love the whole sequence where Phil is helping the poor old man. This stretch of the film right here is not funny. It's just straight drama. And it absolutely makes the rest of the film work. At the beginning of the movie, you're entertained by Phil Connors.
How to spell was pressing at you.
You might sympathize with him a little bit, but mostly he's kind of an arrogant jerk.
I sell insurance.
What a shock.
And this stretch of the film shows that no matter how good of a person he becomes, no matter what he does, there are some things he can't fix. And when you have a character who is trying to do something and failing, that is when, as an audience member, we start to identify with that character because that's our life. We're all trying to do stuff and failing.
Sometimes people just die.
Not today.
That is just fantastic screenwriting. It tells you exactly where Phil is at in his emotional journey, and without clubbing you over the head with it, makes you really fall in love with him as a character.
Pastry, Larry, take your pick.
Thanks, Phil. Raspberry, great.
So this is a small moment, but it really illustrates the end of Phil's arc here.
Thanks, Larry. Go wait in the van, will you?
The entire movie, he's treated Larry like a tool, like a wrench you can just throw away. But he shows up here, brings him a pastry, treats him like an actual person, and then he pays the greatest compliment that you can pay to a cameraman, as talent.
Larry, what do you think?
He puts his trust in the camera guy to make him look good.
Yeah, let's go for it.
As talent, your entire job is based on this. And so you're very protective of what your face looks like,
Okay, on me in 3.
where you're gonna stand, what your background is gonna look like behind you to make you look the best. That's your job as talent. So when you ask a camera guy, hey, where do you want me? That's a lot of trust to put in someone else to make you look good and make your job your job.
What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? You little brat? You have never thanked me.
That is my favorite line in the entire movie. You little brat.
I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe.
It is so great that from a screenwriting and performance perspective, he's still Phil Connors. He's learning, he's growing, he's becoming a better man, but it's not a 180-degree shift. He's still kind of a sarcastic jerk.
If you're gonna eat steak, get some sharper teeth, all right?
It's really good character consistency. Even though he's grown, still the same guy.
And we're the same way in real life. We can become better every day, but we're still going to have our rough edges. We're still going to have our little imperfections.
Oh, totally. Phil becomes a good man, but he's not perfect, which makes him still relatable.
And makes his growth easier for us to emulate in real life.
And from kindness grows love. Phil starts as a self-absorbed jerk. Charming and witty, sure, but a jerk all the same. Very condescending, entitled.
Did he actually call himself the talent?
People are a means to an end for him, the end being his own pleasure or success. If they can't do that for him, then he's just entitled and rude.
He sets his sights on Rita because he's already picked up the women who are an easy target in the town.
Hi, Nancy.
He gets to know Rita, but it's really just to get her into bed.
Intelligent, supportive, funny. Me.
It's strategic. He's trying to present himself as the dream man for her,
Me also.
so that he can use her to fill a void in him emotionally.
Golly, I want kids, lots of kids. I want to adopt, I want to have my own kids, I want to have foster kids.
Only when he's rejected by her countless times does he give up on trying to bed her. She's no longer a target for his passions. Ironically, when he stops pursuing her is when he gradually starts to really love her.
I think you're the kindest, sweetest, prettiest person I've ever met in my life.
He treats her with respect.
I've never seen anyone that's nicer to people than you are.
He sees her as a person and he cares about what will make her happy, even if what will make her happy is not being in a relationship with him.
Is there anything I can do for you today?
So here's your action steps to learn and grow as Phil Connors did. Number 1, develop curiosity. What's something you're interested in? Is there a new skill or hobby you could use this time to develop? Number 2, kindness. Who could you reach out to with a phone call or text message? Are there ways you could help people in your community? Are there local businesses you could support? Number 3, show love. Who in your life could use a little more selfless love? A spouse, child, parent, friend? Find a way to show them that you care about them without an expectation of something in return. Just a quick note, we are so grateful for all of you medical professionals and everyone in essential jobs who are risking your lives to keep those of us at home safe.
And even though we know we have to stay home to keep you safe, it feels a lot more like sitting around in my pajamas doing nothing than saving the world. So yeah, thank you for all you're doing, but back to my problems.
Time's up. See you next week.
Curse you, therapist. You can buy or rent this film on Amazon using the link below. Gives us a little kickback, doesn't cost you any extra, and makes everybody feel great. Also, If you liked this, tell our algorithm overlords by hitting the like button. And if you want to see more of this sweet, juicy content, subscribe, hit the bell to get notifications, and keep coming back here. Clicking. Click. Tap on your phone.
You can also like and follow Cinema Therapy on Facebook and find us on Instagram and Twitter at therapy_cinema. Now, if you like what we're doing, please.
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell all your friends about me.
And if you need more support than a YouTube video can provide, I offer telehealth counseling and online relationship courses. Click the link in the description to schedule a complimentary 15-minute consultation with me.
Please leave comments below about what films you'd like us to watch or topics you'd like us to cover. And remember, mental health issues are not your fault,
but they are your responsibility. Till next time, take care, stay safe, connect with loved ones, and
watch movies! When it's safe for us to all go back to the movies again, let's make it memorable.
It's like I said, I love this film. I've seen it over 100 times.
Phil?
Told you. Call me Bronco.
Sorry, Bronco.